We're Loretta, I'm Ellis, this is Maxi, this is Nico, and we play alt pop. Today we're going to be playing Bad Luck and Late Night.
I mean, all pretty different. I think me and Elle started started playing music at around a similar time in sort of like early high school. We're like musical kids, but like only kind of properly picked up instruments. Nico kicked off real young. He was like 6 or so when
One
he
of the
started
child
playing.
over here.
But yeah, all since sort of that like late primary school to high school kind of time, and we all sort of properly met each other at least in like late high school, and that's when we started playing together a bit.
Yeah.
Your go-to road trip.
What's the road trip album?
My favorite album, or favorite song we've been listening to is it Naked and Famous?
Oh, the Naked Youngblood by
Youngblood
Naked
by
and Famous.
Naked
We've been
and
listening to
Famous.
heaps.
Like
That's a super,
every
like,
time,
hyped tour
yeah,
song.
literally, we were on the way to Brizzy and we had a 2-hour drive from Gold Coast. And we played it that many times, it just gasses all the boys up and like, let's go. It's such a good song.
But otherwise, it's just up to whoever's driving.
Yeah, it's true. If you're driving, you get to decide what's playing.
It's pretty mean.
100%.
Or shotgun, someone.
Yeah. Oh, if we could write a song with Matty Healy from 1975,
that'd be pretty fresh.
that would be unreal.
Matt.
Because he is amazingly talented, just like.
And then, like, I guess a collaboration we've already done is a track that we've got tucked away with Carla.
True.
Weeby.
Yeah, we've actually, that's one of the nicest songs we wrote. Carla Weeby is an amazing Sydney-based artist. We wrote a really cool song with her.
So that's probably our favorite existing collaboration. It just exists on our Dropbox, but it does exist. And then, probably some sort of Matty Healy or someone like that for a
so
future
cool.
one. That'd be mad.
Our songwriting process.
Pretty mixed bag,
Yeah,
honestly.
it depends. So like sometimes Max or Nico will send me a track or like a backing track of something or instrumental, and I'll sit and listen to it and come up with ideas. Or we'll be in the studio on like a Wednesday,
jamming.
just jamming and kind of like feeling vibes. Like
Regardless
it's a very collaborative process.
Regardless of how it starts, it always ends up being very collaborative. Like no song goes too far without having everyone's hands on it at some point.
Because we want to be all proud of like what we're putting out and like make sure it's true to what we like are trying to get.
It just feels like when something gets written with just two of us or just one of us, it's only once the third person's in that you're like, oh, this now feels like they added that third thing that makes it like a Loretta tune.
The name, the band name came from another band called Sex on. So they're called Sex on Toast, and they've got a song called Oh Loretta. And I was driving up to Byron with one of my best mates, and we played that song like over and over again, and just reminded me of a really like good, happy time.
Road trip vibes.
Road trip vibes, and so I want like when people hear Loretta, I want that feeling for them, and that's kind of why we chose it. Windows down music.
Windows down music, so
like,
that's one. That's one. Yeah.
That's what
Windows
it's just
down
like.
music,
It's just like makes you feel like you want to feel good. You're driving somewhere with your friends and your music. The windows are down. Like it's just like everything's okay and it's all happy. And it makes you reminisce on times that are good and happy. I think that's what you want to try and get across.
Yeah, going for that sort of like elated, nothing matters feeling.
Yeah.
Of like just cruising down with someone in the car.
Yeah, you're just happy.
Haven't seen your face in months, but I'm still waiting.
Okay, who wants to take that?
I'll go first.
Yeah, go for it.
So the way I listen to music, I'd say would be in my car. I'm in my car constantly. That's where I am. So like it's my happy place, and I get to listen to all the artists I love to listen to. And I think just like my speaker system's terrible, and that just sucks. But like driving along, not thinking about anything, and just listening to good music. That's how I listen to music.
I think there's like 3 ways I can think of that are like the best to listen to new music. One is if I'm really intentionally going to listen to an album for the first time, then it's just find somewhere quiet to sit down and not have to focus on anything else. The other way is if I'm at like a record store and I find an album that I don't know of, it's kind of exciting to then buy that and put it on and like actually listen and flip it the whole shebang. And then the third one, which is probably my favorite but slightly maybe doesn't count in the context of the question, is live. So like we recently went and saw Tyne James Organ play at Manning Bar, and I knew of him but didn't really know the album that well, and he played like most of it live, and like standing in the crowd like right center, middle of the mosh, like just like having it like that's my favorite way to listen to music for sure.
100%. Yeah. If I could steal that, I would.
Yeah. Because now I have like when I heard the album properly for the first time, it was like I had an alternate version of kind of the ambient noise of the live versions I'd heard behind the track that I was listening to, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's mine.
Yeah, my favorite. I mean, like, yeah, the way I do listen to music, I guess, would be in the car or like at the gym or something. I put on an album, listen to music. Sometimes just like get a nice set of speakers, whether it's at the studio.
The studio speakers
They sound great,
gas.
so it's like great to just like pump them. But I'd say my favorite way to listen to music is sometimes we go to our friend's farm, and we bring a record player and we just put speakers out in this like paddock and just blast it, and it's just like some of my favorite memories ever.
Yeah, truly.
Especially when
Dark
it's
Side
an
of the
album I
Moon or
haven't heard.
something?
Oh yeah, we did that at like New Year's a few years ago, and like when it clocked over, and it was just like magical.
Blasted. Or there was one where we did the Beatles.
Oh, yeah,
I
we
think it was the whole was it Abbey
Abbey
Road?
Road, yeah.
And like right at the end of the album, it struck midnight, just perfect timing.
It was like a big chord at the end of the
Yeah,
album,
it was just a thing of beauty.
Vibe.
Lots of good ways to listen to music.
Yeah.